Vinyl Committee, it's me, JC. Happy Saturday. Fortunately, I don't have any work trips planned till July. I have a couple trips in July and August, so it should be much easier to make regular videos. Now, I've got a bunch of vinyl finds and CDs. Roger at Purchase Street Records bought a huge heavy metal, thrash metal CD lot, and I scooped up a ton. I'm not going to show all of them, but I will show all of them in my shorts. So if you watch my shorts, you will eventually see all of them. But, the first one I didn't grab from Roger, and that's the Load reissue. Now, I did have that on vinyl, as you can imagine. I actually got this from a viewer, so thank you very much. But a lot of people have asked me my thoughts on Load, and really, to me, it's very hit or miss. After Injustice for All, up until Injustice for All, I bought Injustice for All day one. I became a fan around Master of Puppets. I loved every single Metallica song. But after that, the Black Album, I loved it when it first came out. I think I'm just kind of burnt out in a lot of the songs, but I did recognize that it wasn't as good as the others, even at the time. And then each album progressively, to me, got a little worse. The later albums are great, which I love, and I don't want to totally dismantle Load. I will tell you that I feel Bleeding Me is one of their best songs. I absolutely love that. I love the Outlaw Torn. I even like Mama Said. I know a lot of people hate that song. I don't mind it at all. I don't even mind the hits. Maybe King Nothing was my least favorite of the hits, but there is a bunch of songs on here that I'm not really a big fan of. But what I am a big fan of is these Metallica Deluxe editions. And I've showed these on my shorts. These consist of the album remastered, a live disc, and a disc of demos. So I've got a bunch of these. They never did Kill 'Em All and Ride the Lightning, which really sucks. They have to go back and do those. These are a great value. So this Load, let's pretend you don't want to buy that $300 box set. This cost me $13 on Amazon. So how can you go wrong for a 3-disc set? They all have big books and they're embossed. And like I said, you get a live album with it. So totally worth it. All right, so let's start with the vinyl finds and then I'll go into some of the CDs. One, my buddy Aaron found this on cassette. And I was like, oh man, I wonder if it's pressed on vinyl. Well, guess what, Aaron? It is. Actually, Aaron let me know that it was. I found this. It was pretty cheap. It was only like $12. It's Circus of Power live EP. Very, very cool. Circus of Power is a great late 80s, early 90s band. Totally recommend checking them out if you haven't. Roger also got some new records in. I got this, First Press, Public Enemy, Fear of a Black Planet. Love this album. I had this album on day one. I was a big Public Enemy fan back in the 80s and finally have it on vinyl for the first time. Danzig Official Picture Disc. I used to have this back in the day before I sold my collection. This was like, I believe, a Hot Topic exclusive. This is the last time that Danzig released an official pressing of any of the first 4 albums. So yeah, I would love for him to do other pressings of the first 4 albums, but we will see. And then lastly, I just got my Morrissey tickets. I've had Morrissey tickets before and he canceled, so I'm not going to count my chickens until the eggs hatch. But here we go. So this one had the big hit, The More You Ignore Me, The Closer I Get. Not my favorite Morrissey album by far, but still trying to complete my collection. Okay, let me show you some of the CDs I got. One, Clutch, Elephant Riders. Fantastic album. I've discovered Clutch through my buddy Aaron. He's like their world's biggest fan. He loves Clutch like I love Danzig. And this is just an awesome album. I do have an unofficial press on vinyl. Now I have an official press on CD. Gonna listen to that today because Aaron tells me that there's 3 different versions with a different hidden track. So I gotta try to figure out which one I have. Next is Alice in Chains' live album. I've actually, believe it or not, never owned this. I don't know why I never bought this back in the day, but I didn't. But I have it now. I will let you know what I think. But I have heard a bunch of songs off there because there's a bunch of songs on there that were originally on live Facelift, which I have the VHS, which is incredible. I got some of the Faith No More Deluxe issues. This has a bunch of B-sides and live tracks. I got Angel Dust, one of my favorites. And then I've got the real thing. I forgot the name. I almost called it Epic. This is actually my least favorite of the Mike Patton Faith No More albums. I do have another one of these, Album of the Year. What I'm desperately searching for is King for a Day in the deluxe reissue. If you guys see it out there, let me know. I definitely want it. And the last one I got is MOD, Gross Misconduct. I love that. So now I have a bunch of MOD. I'm only missing like maybe 2 or 3 of their albums, and I'm missing like 2 of the SOD albums, and then I'll have the complete discography. All right, guys, that's my vinyl finds. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think of Load down below.